Today I want to talk about a couple of mistakes that we make with employee engagement. And the first one is that employee engagement is not a goal. Practically every company I've worked with over the last 10 years had an employee engagement goal. But employee engagement should not be a goal. It can be a measurement for sure, but it cannot be a goal. The goals have to be revenue, profit, on-time delivery, customer satisfaction. These are the goals that we should be aiming for as departments and companies, not employee engagement. Employee engagement, or a lack thereof, might be a reason why we're not achieving the goal, but we must not make employee engagement the goal. That would be like making possession the goal for a football team. And you could have 100% possession and yet not win any games. So we need to make sure we understand that it's only a measure and that we need to have clarity around what our goals are going to be. The second mistake that people make with employee engagement is that often they make it the responsibility of the HR department. And how do I know this? Because they give the HR department targets and goals around employee engagement. And it is not HR's job to do that. HR is involved, but their involvement is in giving the tools and supporting the managers, the leaders of the company, to create engagement. It's a leader's job to engage their team. It's not HR's job, it's a leader's job, and HR should be there to help people create that engagement. So how do we create engagement? Well, coming back to the goals, we need to have clarity around our goals. It's difficult for people to be engaged if they don't know what the goal or the objective is. And if you could explain to them why it's important, that will help increase the engagement further. The second thing that causes people to become disengaged is they do not understand how they are going to be successful. So we need to make sure that they have clarity around what is needed from them and how that will result in success. Because when people can see the goal and understand it and understand how to achieve it, that is going to get them engaged. The next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that they have all of the tools they need to do the job. If they don't have the tools, why should they bother? Because if they don't have the tools to do the job, they're probably going to fail, and nobody gets engaged with something that is going to fail. And then lastly, we need to have a feedback loop. We need to be able to show them that the efforts that they are making are being converted into results. So, engagement, it's not a goal. It's not the accountability of the HR department, it's the responsibility of managers, and HR departments should be helping the managers to set clear goals that their teams can understand, give clear directions on how they will be successful, make sure that they have the tools in order to do the job, because this will then get them engaged and excited, because they'll be able to see how they can be successful, and then make sure there's a feedback loop so that they get the recognition for their effort and the progress that's being made. And when you take care of those four things, then you're going to start to get people being successful, and that success will result in engagement. It's not engagement that results in success, it's success that results in engagement, which then results in more success.